Most popular things we get asked about is the break.
Yep.
It's so important, isn't it, in nightball?
Yeah, it's important, but there's many different tournaments we play in where there's a different break rule. So what, for instance, in China, the China Open, we have the one ball on the spot. Obviously the spot's level with the middle diamond, if you like. So the one ball's on the spot, and we use a magic rack, so every ball's touching. And what would happen when the one's on the spot, you would just break from here and hit them head on, if you like, and the wing ball, which is the blue 2, will always go in this pocket, providing you've obviously put them in the line on the dots. So it's quite an easy break, really. Yeah. So over the sort of years, they've tried to make it difficult, and like European Tour, we use a magic rack, but we put the 9 on the spot.
So just explain what a magic rack is then, for those who might not have...
Well, obviously this is a triangle, and in America, you've got guys in America who, when they rack the balls up like this, and then when they move them, the balls slightly move, you can't get them touching. So here, the 1's touching the 4, but it's not touching the 5, you can clearly see this. And then there's a slight gap here. You can see the 2 9's not touching the 7 5. And there's guys in America what know exactly what's going to happen when they break them balls. I'm not an expert in that because I've been playing American pool 7, 8 years, 9 years, whatever it is, and I wasn't brought in this game in Europe playing with these racks, you know what I mean? Right. I've come from the era where they used to tap them, and then the magic rack's been invented, do you know what I mean? Yeah. So we just put them on the plastic magic rack. It's just a template, plastic template. You put it there and you put the balls on, and they all touch, every ball touches. Yeah. Right? Then you break and you just pull it off and put it under the table. Yeah. So I think that's a fairer way of playing because everybody's getting the same rack. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. As opposed to, well, some guy in America who studied the rack. Yeah, I appreciate it's probably a skill knowing what's going on with the gaps, but you know, I don't live in America and I wasn't brought into this game playing like that. I'm a tournament pool player, and I think it should be a sort of level playing field. But China Open, for an example, we'd have the 1 on the spot. European Tour, Mosconi Cup, we have the 9 on the spot. Yep. And the 3-point rule. Some tournaments there's no 3-point rule, some tournaments there is. Basically the 3-point rule is when you break, you have to score 3 points. You get a point for potting a ball and a point for any ball that passes the string line, the head string. It doesn't have to stay in there, it just has to pass it, do you know what I mean? What that does is it cuts out the soft break, because people were soft breaking, making the wing ball. One ball was going off here and coming like in this area, and they were just soft drawing the cue ball off the side to the middle. Right. So there was a lot of run outs, and it wasn't very good to watch. I'm a fan of the big hard break. I'd like to see like the speed gun come back into play, and you've sort of got to break over like you know, like 22 mile an hour, right. You'd be in trouble with that, so that's a good thing. But okay, no, but you know what I mean, I think it looks good, you know, it's come up on the TV like, oh, 27 miles an hour. It's like a bit of a gimmick type thing, and I just think it looks good watching people break hard. But with a 3-point rule, they've eliminated the soft break, because you can't do the soft break and get 3 points. Right. You don't, so you got to hit it hard, so now the guys are crunching, getting the white off, making a ball, 2 balls go past there and it's a legal break. It's slightly frustrating sometimes because sometimes you hit the break really hard and you don't get 3 points. You think, well, I hit them, you know, I hit them hard. It just maybe one of the balls caught here and come back and it didn't pass. But there's many different sort of breaks and rules on the break, if you like, and you know, it depends what tournament you're going to. So
in terms of the Mosconi then, for example, so how is it set up in the Mosconi? How does that work?
In the Mosconi, they put the 9 on the spot, and they don't use a template, but I have heard a rumour that they might tap a couple of these balls, so when they pull the triangle off, it doesn't roll off. Right. I don't know how true that is, but you're not allowed to inspect the rack at the Mosconi. They sort of want you to, they don't want you to do it because it's slowing down and you're looking. Europeans, we just get down and we just crunch the break, do you know what I mean? Yeah. A few of the Americans, they'll have a quick look and whatever else because they're reading the rack, but the Mosconi, they put the 9 on the spot. As a professional, the best rule I want to see is a magic rack, 9 on the spot, 3-point rule.
Right.
Everyone knows. Yeah, everyone knows where they're at, and it's not an easy break. Do you know what I mean? I think that's, for me personally, I think it's the best format.
You're talking about tapping them. What do you mean by that?
Well,
so I saw you doing it when we were sort of setting up.
Yeah, they don't. So because of the magic rack, somebody's brought out the magic rack, which is really good. So they're all touching. But before that, what they were doing is they had like a template. So they'd have all the balls touching, and then they'd just literally give them a little tap like that.
Right.
It makes a slight indentation in the slate. It's not going to affect it as such. And then obviously all the balls are touching. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But the magic rack, what's come out, you know, that's a great.
Changes all that.
Yeah, you don't have to tap it or anything. You just use a mat. I think that's the best way of playing the game. But that's just my opinion.
Brilliant.